Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. And not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Welcome back from the Daily Mail. I'm going to show you two articles. The second one you're not going to believe, but Democrats cannot use a $3.5 trillion spending bill to give millions of immigrants a pathway to citizenship. Senate's parliamentarian rules. Now, before we start, I applaud the parliamentarian for doing the right thing. I'll even give her a little. But here's the part that I'm extremely uneasy about. The future of this republic, of it falling apart, is held together by a parliamentarian and a state senator from West Virginia. Right now, just a parliamentarian. That's how on the edge of a cliff we are. That's how close we are from losing it all. Democrats cannot use a spending bill for immigration. It was a crushing blow to the party's agenda, which is, of course, is to bring in a whole bunch of new voters because they don't give a good damn about the ones that are here. Elizabeth McDowell, the Senate's nonpartisan interpreter of its rules, is potentially damaging setback for Joe Biden. Yeah, they wanted to put in the spending bill all the dreamers and many other things in there to get green cards and eventually citizenship. The immigrants could be granted legal permanent resident status, allowing them to eventually apply for citizenship if they met other qualifications. Now, here's the con part. Well, I'll read what Mrs. McDonald had to say. Ruled that the proposal does not meet the strict rules of what can be included in a spending bill, calling it, by any standards, a broad new immigration policy. Of course it is. Of course it is. Huge, huge problem. Now here's the con. Here's the Democrats' con right here. Democrats estimated the proposal would add $1.5 trillion to the U.S. economy over the next decade. They always do it like a decade out, like they're got a crystal ball, creating more than 400,000 jobs. But the Congressional Budget Office said, and this is the part that they're conning you, and I don't mean the Congressional Budget Office, I mean the Democrats, increase the country's deficit by over $139 billion over 10 years, due largely to federal benefits the immigrants would apply for. Yeah, more people not working, collecting benefits. Now let's take a look here from Daily Mail as well. Border agents on horseback round up Haitian migrants after closing Rio Grande. But I'm going to show you really quickly before we get into the article.
All right, guys, what you're looking at right now is the U.S. side of the Rio Grande. That is a mass of several hundred illegal immigrants who have just
the U.S. side
crossed the Rio Grande, and look at this. Several hundred more streaming across as we speak. We're on a boat in the Rio Grande. This is the Mexican side of the river right now. You can see it's a never-ending stream. Hundreds of people crossing the Rio Grande.
A never-ending stream. And this is only one part of the river. They're not all crossing here. This is only one section, remember.
Basically every hour. And they're heading over to the International Bridge, which you can see in the background. Look at that mass of people. This is why the situation under the bridge continues to deteriorate. This is insane. The federal government has to wake up.
Oh, you're right. That's just straight reporting. In fact, I think he was toning it down. Border agents on horseback round up Haitians after crossing Rio Grande, crossing where 15,000 have congregated under Texas Bridge. That's just in the last few days. More than 300 arrived back in Haiti and up to 8 flights a day. Ooh, a whole 300 out of 15,000. More than 300 Haitians returned to their homeland. Let's see the story. You're going to see these pictures. You're not going to believe it. Border agents on horseback chased down immigrants who illegally crossing the border of the United States and tried to join a camp of more than 15,000 migrants in an isolated Texas town. Haitian migrants are pleading with Joe Biden not to deport them after being stopped at the U.S.-Mexican border. Oh, a whole 300 to return home on the first flight Sunday. U.S. Border Patrol began removing groups of mostly Haitian migrants from a makeshift camp. More than 15,000 migrants set up camp. Now, there's another story which I won't show, where the Border Patrol now is hiring, begging for civilian employees to help them. On Saturday, the Department of Homeland Security announced it had moved about 2,000 of the migrants from an encampment, in Rio, Texas, to other locations for processing and possible, and that's the key word, possible removal from the United States. It won't happen. Look at this. Look at this. Look at these people. Look at this guy on the right. He's got takeout, for Christ's sake. Sorry, I swore. He's got takeout, for Pete's sake. Which means he walked back over to Mexico, got some takeout, and walked back. Just an afternoon on the Rio Grande River. This is insane. Look at this guy. This is insane. Absolutely insane. And look, they're all holding up their takeout. You know what? This sounds really cruel and mean, but if you don't go back, we're going to take your food and throw it in the river. Go back. We can't help you. Look at them. This is insane. Absolutely insane. All caused by Democrats in Washington. Why? Because they want a permanent electorate, at least for the immediate future, 10, 20 years. This is what they want. And they're willing to destroy the country to do it. Look at this picture. Looks like a movie set. It's like a bad movie, but it's real. It's reality. Oh, they're chasing this guy down. He's trying to save his food. Of course, the guy's hungry. I'm not putting the guy down. I'm not. But economic hardship is not a criteria for asylum. If that was the case, then the whole world would come here, and it looks like they are. The Democrats have caused this. The Democrats have caused this. One more time. The Democrats have caused this. Another one. Finally got the guy. Well, another 10 or 15 run. This is insane. This is insane. You want to know something? Try doing this over in Europe. Supposedly the progressives say they're so liberal. Try to sneak in some European countries like that. You'll get shot. Yeah, and there's a short video. Look at this. Look at this. This is insane. Look how many takeout things she has. 5 or 6. Just wanted her back across the river. Yeah, and this guy's mad. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Migrants were continuing crossing the Rio Grande over the weekend despite heightened security on the U.S. side, which included horse-mounted agents. At least 100 Haitians, including families and small children, crossed back into Mexico under the bridge on Sunday evening, gripping a yellow rope stretched across the river that had risen to chest level. Oh, they even put a rope up. We don't have a border. Some scores of people were pictured waiting back and forth in Reno, Mexico, to purchase food, water, and diapers in Ciudad Acuna before returning to Mexican encampment under near a bridge. I'm sure that stores in Acuna are glad. Many carried backpacks and plastic bags of belongings. I feel for these people, I really do, but we can't help them. At one point, the AP reporter, the site was dotted with tents and tarps strung up at the needs of the thousands that waited to cross into the country. Unbelievable. U.S. took another step on Sunday to quell the influx, blocking entry of migrants to the Mexican border. Ports of entry are being closed. So normal trade, normal traffic is shut down. An unarmed Mexican police officer on the Mexican side of the border said migrants will not be allowed to cross anymore, even as reporters witness Haitian migrants continuing to cross. I saw some videos. They're trying, but Trump had a lot better deal with them. Hey, guys, you don't keep them from coming into the United States through your country, we're going to stop giving you your money. And they went, okay. I mean, it's a long story. I won't read it all, but I think pictures speak 1,000 words. I mean, yeah, they're flying some back with their brand new clothes on they got. You know, I'm not trying to be mean to these people. I'm really not. Honestly and truly. I know they're desperate, but it took a lot of money to get here. And they endangered themselves and their children. Look at this. More pictures. Yeah, and they're going to make a big deal out of the planes, a whole 300-400. Big deal. Yeah, there they are waiting. They get on the plane. Deporting Haitians. Yeah, 300, 400. Yeah, it seems like a lot. I'll go through. You stop the video and read the rest. Many Haitians interpreted this as U.S. being more open to immigration after they began reversing Trump's strict immigration policies with executive order. He was sworn in 10 minutes after he got in the Oval Office and canceled all the executive orders. Of course, many Haitians interpreted. What do you mean many Haitians interpreted? The entire planet interpreted. You have to be a brain-dead moron not to interpret that as a signal, and he even said to come. There's video all over the place. You can look it up. An individual told the newspaper he saw dead bodies of more than a dozen migrants who perished while walking through the rainforest in Darien Gap, which connects Colombia and Panama. Migrants seeking to escape poverty, hunger, and a feeling of hopelessness in their home countries say they would not be deterred by U.S. plans to speedily send them back. Jorge Castillo, a 48-year-old from Cuba, said he arrived Saturday in Acuna. Now, we have an open immigration policy with Cuba. Arrived on Saturday in Acuna and plans to cross into the U.S. He said his family paid smugglers $12,000 to take him, his wife, and their son out of Paraguay. They're there for 4 years. Told the U.S. message of securing migrants, Castillo said he wouldn't change his mind because to go back to Cuba is to die. I mean, it's heartbreaking. But we do have a law. It's not a policy. It's a law that was passed. U.S. border officers stand guard in illegal mass border crossing. Look at this. And what do we get? Biden is looking to quell the mass migration of Haitians in the U.S. by starting removal flights as he faces backlash. Yeah, go on a bicycle ride, not a problem. I'm just going to go through here, and you can stop the video at any time because it's really long and there's a lot of photos. But, I mean, look at this. Divvying up food, have their takeout stuff. It's insane. Absolutely insane. I don't know. It's out of control. This is the United States. This looks like a third world country. And we are becoming a third world country, thanks to the Democrats. This video is going a little long, but I think these videos were worth looking at. Yeah, Save America PAC. Please. Please. I think we've seen enough here. I mean, look at this. Look at this mess. Anyway, folks, voting is incredibly important. And I'll say it again, not to chastise them, but to make them understand. The normal Biden voters that voted for Joe Biden or against Donald Trump, this is what you voted for. Now, finally, do you get it? Whether Donald Trump runs again or not, you cannot vote for a Democrat for president for the next 2 decades to make up for this mess. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.